Patchwork Halloween Edition, a game by Uwe Rosenberg for 2 ghouls, Lookout Games. So if you've looked at Patchwork before, this is very similar, except Halloween themed, and a couple other differences I'll point out when we're inside. Or I can point out right now, 14 patches rebalanced. I will show you those specifically. Simple rules, short playing time, challenging puzzle. So 2 players, about 30 minutes, 8 and up. So many pieces of cloth and eyeballs lying around. Ah! Time to make a Halloween quilt. Let's look inside and then I'll show you briefly how to play. So there's not much in this game, so we are going to go conveyor belt style. We are going to start with the rule book, or I should really say the rule leaflet. Let's flip that out. There's your setup. Playing the game. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Or playing the game. End of the game, scoring, and that is it. So you have your player pieces. You have your little time tracker guy, or your order tracker thing in the middle. You have pumpkins for your patches. You have your 7 eyeball one for your 7 eyeball points for your first complete of 7x7. Instead of buttons, you have eyeballs. There's your 5, your 10, and there's a 20 in there. Your player board, and that's orange. There's your purple. Then here is that time board, and double-sided. Alright, so these first pieces I'm going to show you are the same shape, same size, same cost, etc. as the base game because there is no asterisk. I'll move to those here in a minute. So there are those pieces. So if you come over here, you'll see this little asterisk. That means these are the rebalanced pieces. So whether it be cost, time, I'm not sure, possibly the income on them. However, you always could check and see if you can find that in a forum. But there are your rebalanced pieces. So let me get this set up and we will get into the how to play. Here we are set up for Patchwork. You're going to put the little time board in the middle. You're going to be putting the patches on the designated area. Each person is going to get their time token. You're going to stack them there in a random order. Each person is going to get a quilt board. We're going to be focused on orange. They get 5 eyeballs. You're going to make a display of the eyeballs there. You are going to disperse the rest of the patches in a circle around the time board. You're going to find this 1x2 spot. You're going to put this between that piece and the next piece in a clockwise direction. You're going to put the 7x7 tile within easy reach of both players. You are then ready to begin. This is played exactly like regular Patchwork, except that it's got the Halloween theme. So if you know how to play Patchwork, you know how to play this one. But as I stated in the unboxing, any of them with the asterisks are rebalanced, cost, times, etc. So on your turn you have 2 options. You can advance and collect eyeballs, or you can take and place a patch tile. If you take and place a patch tile, you're going to look at the 3 pieces in front of you, choose one that you can afford, pay the cost, and then advance on the time track. In this instance, I can afford all 3 pieces. Let's look at them up close. So you'll see there is a cost of 2 eyeballs and 5 time, a cost of 2 eyeballs and 2 time, and 2 eyeballs and 2 time again. This one has an eyeball on it that will pertain to income. So we are going to just put these back. And so let's say I am going to spend my 2 eyeballs and I am going to grab this tile. I will grab it and I will place it wherever I want on my board, as long as it doesn't extend off, doesn't go on top of other pieces, etc. So that will be there, and then I take my token and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, because I passed this eyeball on the track, I will get income. What that means is I'm going to look at my board, and for every instance of an eyeball on a piece, I'm going to grab an eyeball income. So in this instance, I will grab 1. Then, because the next player is further back on the time track, they are going to go until they are past me on this track. So again, they have their option of a 2, and a 1. So we'll say they buy this one piece. This will go forward. They will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They would get the income. There's one on there, so they would grab an eyeball. They are on top of me, so now it would still be their turn, for they have not passed me. So we'll say that they had enough, and they went ahead and bought this one here and moved 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm looking, there's a 4, a 5, and a 1. I could afford those, but say I just want to build up my eyeballs. This is the second thing you can do on your turn, is you can advance and collect eyeballs. What that is you are going to move to in front of your opponent and then collect an eyeball for every space you move. So I would collect 1, 2, 3, 4 eyeballs, like so, leaving me with 8. However, it is now my opponent's turn. You're going to be taking turns going back and forth, buying patches, or collecting patches. When someone lands or passes one of these spots, they are going to take this patch tile. This is the only way you can fill a 1-by-1 spot on your board. When they get it, they need to immediately place it or discard it from the game, and they can place it on their board as such. You're going to be going around until each person has landed their piece in the middle. You're then going to move to end game scoring. For end game scoring, I'm going to go back and explain this tile. This tile is the first person to complete a 7-by-7 spot on their board. We'll take this and put this in front of them. Then for end of game scoring, each eyeball is a point. Then any empty spots you have left on your quilt at the end of the game are -2 points. So total up how many negative points you have, subtract that from how many eyeballs you have, and that is your score. Highest score wins. Yes, you may end up both in the negatives, so thus whoever has the best negative number would win. So that is Patchwork, Halloween edition. So if you could go ahead and head down below and hit like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell to be alerted as we post more videos. There may be a playthrough of this coming up to celebrate this spooky season that we are in. Also, while you're down there, you can go ahead and buy me a drink to help support the channel with our Ko-fi. But until next time, trick or treat!